to Aya of the Dawn channel. I'm going to do a tarot reading for Aries, and we are going to make the focus the King of Wands, because that is what you guys represent to me. Somebody who's optimistic, who doesn't let his fears or her fears get in the way, who channels divine spirituality and is also grounded on earth and has a big ego and a big heart at the same time. And so you guys are very dynamic people. I really look up to Aries. I have a stellium in Libra, so I often have to look at my Aries opposition to see how to balance myself out, how I can take the lead instead of being so passive, how I can not care about what other people think before I make a move. And I appreciate that about the Aries energy. Like, you're willing to take the bumps and bruises for us while you experience things firsthand. You know, you guys have a lot of stories to tell, because you're the type of people that you can't be told that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't go there, you shouldn't say that, you shouldn't be this way. You know, you're like the 3-year-old kid eternally on the inside that has to touch things, taste things before you know it. You have to know it for yourself. I appreciate that. So I feel like I'm having some deja vu, like a mug. Okay. Aries. The focus is basically, how can you be the highest version of yourself? Because that's what you guys want to be. You guys are willing to do whatever it takes to live up to your highest potential and to achieve the highest heights. You're willing to go the distance. And this reading is going to be about that for you. And we're going to first look at what's hindering you. My energy is like, whoop, 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 whoop. Excited. What's hindering you? What's hindering you is your traditional belief system. This is the Hierophant. Apparently, the way that you view your spirituality might be a bit outdated for what Spirit is trying to do for you, as far as you being the best that you can possibly be. You might need to change a ritual and change your belief system, the structure, and how you communicate and bond with Spirit. If I pull on this card in the position that I'm pulling in, as far as like what's hindering you, then I'm sensing a lack of connection between you and Spirit. Maybe you've been trying to go at it alone without the help of the Divine Mother and Divine Father principles. And so let's get some clarity on that. Clarity. The Page of Cups. Okay. So Spirit is asking you to, this is a Page of Cups, to take a more youthful approach, to lighten up, to have fresh eyes, to find that spark of life again, to rejuvenate your spiritual practice. That's awesome. I think that's really cool. To add some new experiences, open up your heart, open up to your emotions, revitalize things, revamp things. That's cool. You can do that. Okay, so what is helping you? What is helping Aries? Okay, what's helping you is that you are learning to give up petty fights and arguments, and learning when to back down and say I'm wrong or say I'm sorry, or just to see that your point of view isn't always the only point of view. That's what's helping you right now, maturing in that area. And let me get a clarifier. Okay. Okay, and how you come to that conclusion is that maybe recently some things have changed drastically in your life. You've had some hardships, and every time the tower gets pulled is not necessarily like a physical, like you lost something physical. It could be an internal change that's really hard to deal with. You've had to let go of things. You've had to let go of your mental stance, your mental projections. The Five of Swords is about someone fighting and standing up for something, but not being completely like in the right, but just wanting to win. So you've given up needing to win all the time because your ego maybe has been dying. And that's hard for an Aries. That's a really hard thing for an Aries. So, I commend you for sticking through and sticking with that. All right, so what's going to help you in the future? Connect to and be your highest self and make your dreams come true. What's going to help you, Aries, in the future? I'm trying to get an understanding. What's going to help you in the future? Okay. So Aries, coming up in the future, I pulled the world reversed, which means there's going to be some incompletion. Like whatever is being worked on within you isn't complete yet. And then I pulled the moon reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So you're going to have to sit with and deal with a time where things aren't necessarily going your way. And you might get bored. You're going to get bored because you like movement. But the moon is reversed. So you're going to be spending time in your subconscious mind. Yeah, there's a healing that's not complete. And you kind of need to sit still in order for it to complete. Because the next card I pulled after that is the Seven of Pentacles, which is about being disciplined. Okay, so whatever spiritual practice that you develop, you need to stick with it. Okay? I suggest Hashtag 7 days of inspiration. Do things that inspire you consistently every day. It can be something new every day. It can be the same thing every day. I personally like rituals in the morning when the sun's coming up, like belly dancing and just paying homage to the goddess on my altar for my spiritual practice. And then that actually leads me into wanting to meditate. Like, I need fun and inspiration. I need zest. I can't just sit there and all day. I just can't do it. It does not inspire me to get up. And nothing inspires me to get up and do that. I don't care if I'm like exhausted. It's like, you need to meditate. But dancing does it for me. Like some type of movement and like colors. I put my flower crown on and you just get into that. You know. Okay, Aries. I feel a little bit kind of like I was gonna pull some life purpose oracle cards anyway, because I'm like, that's not the ending I want. I'm like, hey, life purpose. These cards usually inspire me. I might do like a whole reading of life purpose oracle cards. And I thought about these cards when I thought about you guys. King of Wands, Aries. Okay. Family is going to be important. Family and friends. Spending time with them, loving up on your family is going to be a source of inspiration right now for you. Yoga. It says stretching and yoga, entering that into your spiritual practice is going to really help lift up your energy. I think the spirit world is telling you to connect to spirit, to people, to love, to the heart, to breath, to life, and pay homage to the subtle inspirational energies and not to push forward right now. And it says, instead of worrying, talk to your angels. So there's something that you guys are worried about right now, and whatever work the spirit world is doing for you is taking a toll on your ego, your perspective, your mental state, and your attitude. So let me see. And pull some cards from the Ask Your Guides deck. Aries. Discipline. Okay, we were just talking about that, being disciplined in your spiritual practice. And this card is also about, if you say you want to do something and you know that you want to lose weight, you have to put down the cookies. If you want to have more money, you can't spend it all. If you basically need to control your impulses, Aries. Delay gratification, and stay focused and stay grounded. And it's going to take time for you to get to where you want to be and who you want to be. It's not going to happen overnight. Stay disciplined, stay down, stay focused. Aries. 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 Invention, creativity, guys. Okay, this card is about you turning lemons into lemonade. Whatever negativity is happening right now, I mean, there's also positive. So take note of both. You know, there's positive and negative in life, and it's all in what you do with it. Turn the negatives into a positive. You know, say for instance, you have people around you who are haters. You know, turn that hate into motivation for you to encourage yourself. Sometimes we look for outside encouragement when the outside discouragement could help you be your greatest motivator, because you can't stop being who you are and doing what you do because other people aren't down for you or don't understand you or don't wish you well. You still have to wish yourself well and get creative and ask your guides and your guardian angels to give you ideas, because this might be something that is new for you. The next card that popped out was your shadow. So you're definitely dealing with your shadow self, and a lot of times we can't see our shadow. Like we are having these issues and these problems, and we're going around in circles with the same thing over and over again. And most of the time when this card appears is because you are blaming others for your issues, but you actually do think it's other people, but you're projecting your shadow onto other people, and the people around you just might have the same shadow as you, you know, and how you pull away from you, and so that you can see, is it me or is it them? Is it that you just stop reacting and you just allow the chips to fall where they lay for a second, and you just don't respond for a day or two and sleep on it, and ask your dream guides and your dream angels to show you in your dreams through symbols and signs who is actually at fault. And don't give up if you ask the first night and you don't have the dream. It might take a couple of days, it might take a few days, but have a journal by your bed and be ready to write whenever you wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning, because that's how you keep the dreams coming to you, and that's also how you see clearly what the dream is about. All right, the next card that popped out was purpose. 38. Don't worry. Consistency, dedication, reliability, and faithfulness. You're beginning to stride into your purpose. Work is no longer a struggle, and your master teacher is guiding you along the way. The more aligned you become with your life's proper path, the more your days will flow with ease. You'll lose track of all barriers as you go with the flow and throw your heart and soul into your efforts. Your dedication will pay off in the long run, but even this isn't important. Your efforts are their own reward. Doing what you love so well and so faithfully fulfills you. Your challenge is to resist the temptation to push yourself to exhaustion. Remain measured and steady, and don't overlook the importance of taking a day of rest at least once a week. Your master teacher is pleased with your progress but reminds you that even though you may love your work and feel that you could work forever, your body and mind do get fatigued. Develop the wisdom to know when to step away and refresh your soul. The master teacher's message is pace yourself. Okay? And that's something that's been like a theme. It's like you're on your path. You've reached some snugs, some bugs in a rug. But stay focused, stay down, stay purposeful. You're on the right track. Sometimes when we're on our journey and we have hiccups or even our own shadows can get in our way sometimes, we think that maybe we should stop. And no. You shouldn't stop. You should just pace yourself, like that card was saying. Doesn't mean that this is not the right path for you. You're not doing the right thing. It's just your hero's journey, you know. You get tested along the way. You get stuck in the labyrinth sometimes, and you have to figure out the riddle and find your way out, you know. The last card is suffering, 23. An important part of being human and something that can't be avoided is the pain that comes from simply being vulnerable to the physical world. Your divine teachers warn that you're facing such a time. Sickness may be at hand, and accidents, trauma, sudden loss, and injury are all potentially around you, whether confronted with something severe or just the ongoing struggle of getting through the day. Your physical body may be challenged, and pain and suffering may follow. This isn't meant to scare you, but rather to warn you that you're not as grounded as you should be. In fact, you may be attracting injury or drama to gain some personal space. Your divine teachers advise you to be open to the fact that any pain or upset you attract isn't without hidden gifts and opportunities. Your broken leg or aching back, for example, may provide the much needed rest you wouldn't otherwise take. Your runny nose and cough may give you the privacy you need to regenerate your spirit. It's also important to note that any pain or drama you attract isn't greater than your ability to handle it. The greatest upset you face might actually be in trying too hard to avoid pain, which in the end may cause even more. In other words, the fear that you won't be able to abide any discomfort is far more disabling than anything you might actually incur. In accepting the upset of the moment with grace, you'll gain wisdom, compassion, and strength. Your divine teacher's message is embrace and be patient with your pain. It will bring insight and understanding, and in time, peace. You will heal. Okay, Aries, I hope that this reading provides you with some clarity and peace and self-understanding. And the goddess wills as we will meet and speak again. Peace.